Hey everyone, this is a brand new episode of CNB Bazaar Buzz. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patankar. On today's program, we bring you two car reviews. The Volvo XC60 is ready to roll. This is the new second generation car and we have the full review. And interestingly, similar sized and similar attribute, that is the NX 300h from Lexus. Yes, it's a hybrid. That review is coming up as well. And of course, I'll answer all your queries, but we'll start off then with that compact SUV from Volvo. Extremely capable, built on the Spa platform and offering a whole lot in terms of good value because yes, it's also been launched now. Now, Volvo is aiming to pack in a lot and offer just lots in terms of features, but also good drivability. And I think the XC60 is a good sort of representation of that. We brought you the review from Spain a few weeks ago and of course, now it is time to talk about the India spec. Ameya had the chance to drive it. Here's the review.
The premium mid-size SUV segment has seen a boom in India recently with the addition of the more affordable Jaguar F-Pace and even Lexus's NX 300h, which will go on sale soon. While Audi and BMW are yet to play their cards, Volvo has beat them to it and brings out its newest SUV to India. What a fantastic background it is. The sun, the sand, the sea and the XC60. The second generation that too, and it's finally come to India. And while some of you might think that it's a compressed version of the XC90, well, it is, frankly, it's the younger sibling and therefore carries a lot of DNA and carries a lot of things down from the XC90. But it has its distinguishing characters. Like the D-pillar rake that you see, it's carried forward from the previous generation. So the looks are completely different. Up front too, though it has Thor's hammers, LEDs right here, you see it getting integrated well into the front grille. And that's a point that needs to be noted. That's a slight detailing that makes a lot of difference. Now up front, even if you see all the chrome around, you know that it belongs to the Inscription variant. And there's only one variant that Volvo is bringing to India. The XC60 is based on the same scalable product architecture platform as the S90 sedan and even the XC90 SUV. The second generation of the SUV is, however, marginally wider, longer and shorter than its predecessor and also carries an aura of sophistication around it. It's what you can call understated elegance. But there's nothing understated about the cabin. The XC60 just knocks you out of the park with its all-black dashboard finished in soft touch plastic. And then there are the unlacquered wood trimmings which look absolutely stunning. All this of course bears resemblance to the cabin of the XC90. Even the buttons and knobs are carried forward from the XC90. Then there's the 9-inch center touchscreen with the Senses infotainment system, which is very user-friendly. It gets cooled or heated front seats with a massage function, which are in fact a segment first offering. There's heads-up display and a panoramic sunroof too. Even the 15-speaker Bauer & Wilkins sound system is a treat to the ears. Of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are part of the package as well. But we wish the rear seats had more to offer. While most of the features are up front, the rear is a bit featureless. So you do get stuff like automatic climate control and rear AC vents, but that's about it. However, there's good legroom, headroom, and it's a comfortable place to be in. There's also this foldable tray which houses these two cup holders and of course a place where you can keep your mobile phone. So, if you're planning to be chauffeur driven in this one, you need to think twice. But if you're planning to drive it yourself, well, that's a whole different story. Now, at the start, the Volvo V60 will be available only with the D5 diesel engine. That is a pretty powerful one, that too. 233 brake horsepower on offer, 480 Newton meters of torque. And it's pretty good to drive as well because that 8-speed automatic gearbox actually gives you power at your disposal every single time. So even if you downshift, there's immediate power. The weight of the steering actually changes once you go through the driving modes, which are economy, comfort, and even dynamic. So it's well weighted as well, so it's fun to drive, but there's a bit of roll. There's a hint of roll, and that cannot be avoided at all. Overall though, it's a very nice car to drive. That air suspension on all four corners works well even on bad roads in India, and we don't have anything to complain about, especially with regards to the ride. It's fun to drive. It's pretty up there with the competition as well. It's refined too, and you really have to try to get your head around the fact that it's a diesel engine under there. The NVH levels are so good that there's hardly any engine noise that creeps into the cabin. All-wheel drive is standard too, and power provided to all wheels is seamless. And you have to keep an eye on the instrument cluster, else you'll be breaking a few speed limits if you're not careful. Sadly, we missed out on taking it off-road, and we'd like to know more about how it stacks up to the wilderness with its 223 mm of ground clearance. But that for another day. Of course, there are safety features on offer. It's a Volvo, right? There are driver assist features like 360-degree camera, semi-automatic parking, blind spot assist, and lane departure warning. In fact, the XC60 also sees radar-based safety features like adaptive cruise control, which works extremely well even on Indian soil. All that said, Volvo makes a case for itself once again. The XC60 is agile, smooth, sophisticated, and a treat to drive. And at 55,90,000 rupees, mind you, it comes to India as a CBU. Considering all this, there's a lot that packs into this car to make it a value for money offering in the segment.
Your thoughts on the XC60 are welcome, and as always, I'll also look for your feedback or any questions you have. Speaking of which, let's quickly jump into some of them that have already come in. I have answers for you. So Chetan has written into us on carandbike.com, wants to purchase a car and can spend 7 lakh rupees. It's great, Chetan, that you already have a short list: Honda Amaze or Jazz, Maruti Suzuki Baleno or Desire. The priorities: good value for money, good feature wise, low maintenance, and great resale value. Now, those are the things everybody looks for, but it's nice that you spelled it out, because typically out of set, the Jazz makes a lot of sense. It's well built, it's spacious, it's practical, and it's a little premium. But even though Hondas are not difficult to maintain, they're not expensive to maintain, you have talked about good resale value and can't get better than Maruti when it comes to that criteria. So really, you have to go with the new Desire. It's well built, it gives you a lot of space on the inside, and it's good on features. It's also pretty good value. So yeah, I'm going to say that the Desire probably fits your bill the best. Anand is asking the age-old question: help me choose between the Toyota Fortuner and the Ford Endeavour. Looking forward to a long-term ownership with urban driving, good engine response during highway driving. Please help. Now, we've done this one before, and with the new generation of both the cars having driven in, well, about a year ago now, it is the Fortuner that has suffered in our view, because it doesn't make quite the kind of leap that you've seen with the Endeavour. So between these two cars, hands down, the Endeavour is my recommendation. Ashish Bera is asking on Facebook: I'm confused between the Dominar 400, the Phaser 2.5, the Duke 250. Please suggest what's the best amongst these in terms of engine, durability, and macho looks. Help me choose. Now, I almost feel like I'm back in our jury meet at the awards, because all of these were contenders this year. Having said that, I think given that you're looking for a little bit of attitude to go with that, because you say macho looks, I think the Dominar really just kind of hits most of those boxes really well, because you know, when it comes down to it, the efficiency and the value, as well as decent maintenance costs that Bajaj offers, probably the other two brands can't match up. And so it also gives you more power than those two bikes. The Dominar is a good everyday bike, also a good highway cruiser. Next question from SVRS Rao from Facebook again: kindly advise which car to buy, the Maruti Suzuki S-Cross Zeta or the Maruti Ciaz Alpha. Both are from different segments, but as per mileage and performance, which is better? Now, you know what, here's the thing, they are from different segments, and you need to firstly decide whether you really want a sedan or you're happy with the crossover. I'm going to say go with the crossover in this case, because the S-Cross just rides better, it's more fun to drive to, and it's pretty good in terms of its cabin layout and plastics all round. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's also more convenient with its hatch. And finally, another question from our site. Sahil has a really interesting dilemma, looking to buy a premium car within the range of 70 to 75 lakh rupees. I'm confused between the Audi TT and the Q7. I'm open to other brands like Mercedes-Benz, JLR and BMW. Which of these will have better resale value after 4 to 5 years? Well, seeing how the market is right now, I think the correct answer to that last part of your question, Mercedes-Benz. But having said that, I can't quite figure out what you're looking for, because on the one hand, you're talking about the TT, which is an out-and-out sporty ride, and on the other side is a nice big Hulk, the Q7. Q7 is more practical, the TT isn't, but the TT drives really well. So if it's something like that that you're looking for, but you want to also get in a little bit of practicality, hey, maybe you could consider the A5, because it gives you sedan-like proportions and yet a nice sporty sort of ride. So perhaps a little more practical than the TT, but you know what, the minute you put the TT into that equation, if you want driving pleasure, go with the TT. Now, should you consider one of the other brands? Sure, I mean, the Velar will be here in January, and that will kind of start at that same price point. Certainly very sexy, and a lot of attitude packed into that one. Really cool on features too. So that could be one consideration. And when it comes to either BMW or Mercedes-Benz, well, the BMW X3, the new generation, also arrives early next year. And it'll be a lot cheaper than what you're talking about, but certainly worth your consideration again. So yeah, lots to choose from, but I keep going back to the TT. So keep those questions coming. I'll take a short break here, but when I come back, we will have the Lexus review for you. Keep watching.